Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Sipping Tea, and today I have a commentary video for you here of the T-55 Enigma. Briefly however, before I get into it, I just wish to issue a huge thanks to my patrons NB Hollywood, Niagara898 and TankerTuff66. Thank you all ever so much for your continued support of me and my YouTube channel. So, with all that being said, let's get into it. So here I am in the Enigma on Fisherman's Bay. So my idea here, really, due to this tank's sort of lack of gun depression, is to try and fight it out in the town where more or less everything's on flat and level ground. I went spotted just then, so I decided to wait until I wasn't spotted anymore. I know it's true vision, but nonetheless, I think it's fair to say that spotted targets do tend to get hit more often than those who have managed to remain unspotted. I don't see anything across that sort of little harbour area initially, so I push out just a little bit further, and unfortunately I am still met with not an awful lot, but there we go, the TR-580 decides to poke out, and well, I managed to sink a good shot into him, causing him to scuttle back round the corner just there. I pull back as I reload just to make sure that I'm not leaving myself completely vulnerable and exposed, but unfortunately we have gone back to not really being able to see a huge amount. That boat just there, I just thought I'd give them a shot to punish them for being in my way, and I gave them a little gun wiggle as well, just because, you know, how dare they be in my way. I wanted to shoot that Magok, but unfortunately the boat is considerably stronger than any tank in this game, so it doesn't yield. So I think really the best option for me right now is to move around this little sort of port and yeah, see what I can see. And my Magok 5 in front of me did just take a chunk out of me, but I did return the favour. I'm going to just sort of turn to the left here and go all the way around. And there we go. I am met with lots of enemy tanks still, which isn't ideal, but nonetheless, at least I have now found something to shoot at. The Magok 6 Beagle right there, sort of taking several shots at me, but yeah, I am returning that favour. However, they seem to be clinging on to life with what was about 700 HP, now about 300 HP, which means they are a one-shot, and indeed, there they go, sent packing straight back to their garage. I notice that I'm starting to get flanked, so I turn around to meet that Magok 5 head on, and well, that went rather well for me. I managed to track them and get around the back of them, and well, now they are also clinging on to dear life with the smallest amount of HP, and there we go. I send them packing back to their garage, admittedly with a little bit of help from my teammates, but nonetheless, they are now out of here. I do sink a cheeky round into that medium tank just there, even though they went sort of unspotted. I really want to try and take out these light tanks. 3 enemy light tanks remain, which, well, the scores are, well, dead even at 6 all, so I really do want to try and sort of steer the odds in our favour and try and eliminate some of these light tanks, but they have done what light tanks do best and disappeared, which isn't so great. I got tracked and ammo rack just then, and well, here come the swarm. The light tanks are, well, indeed swarming around me, so not ideal. I did notice that that hiss went behind me just there. Really, I do want to try and sort of knock some HP off this. So there we go, 419 straight off them. The Sheridan rushes past me just there with, at the time, full HP, and I take a good shot off him. I tried to go for that kill on the Leopard 1A5 and was punished by RNG. It did not want to give me that at all, but RNG does work in mysterious ways, as we know. So when I took the shot at the hiss just there, I managed to set him on fire and kill him, which is fantastic news. That is a light tank off the enemy team, only 2 remain. The scores are still quite even, it keeps on flip-flopping from one team having the advantage to the other, but currently Well, there we go. It's now 4-all. Not ideal. It's those light tanks again. The Arctic Hiss decided to take us down to 4 players. The Leopard 1A1, I've been sort of dueling it out with him with some help from my teammates on my left and right, but well, he's sort of doing more or less everything he should do. He's staying back, using the hill as cover, and here I am struggling massively in a tank with no, well, not a lot of gun depression anyway. It does have some, just, yeah, not a lot. But there we go. The FE4211 manages to finish off the Leopard 1A1, which puts us, well, technically in the lead with an advantage of 1 additional tank, but I am still rather concerned at the fact that the enemy team does still have 2 light tanks. My platoon mate in the Wolverine did unfortunately just get sent back to the garage, and I just got really unlucky with my shot at the Object 120 just there. And twice. RNG really hates me this game, it seems. Although, that being said, it smiled upon me just then, as that premium round from the Object 120 did actually miss me by quite a wide margin. So either that guy wasn't terribly good, or RNG really did sort of make it up to me. There's only 1 enemy tank left. It is the light tank. This is where it can be a little bit tricky on maps such as well, such as this, where there's an awful lot of open field for it to sort of run around and do what I like to call the Benny Hill impression. So cueing the music and running around like a headless chicken, but well, if necessary, we can sort of take them by surprise by sort of surrounding them. But unfortunately the Sheridan did just finish off the 4211 just there. Got a bit of a stealthy snipe in, but in doing so did give away his position, so we do know roughly at least where he is now. My teammate is asking for help, but he needn't worry because I was already on my way upon seeing where the Sheridan popped up. It's now just a case of crossing this open field. I do have a sneaking suspicion that indeed where one of my fellow teammates has just pinged the map, I have a sneaking suspicion that the Sheridan probably has disappeared off to the other side of the map while they're not spotted. But it only makes sense, of course, to check this location just in case they have been a bit dim and stayed in the in that sort of immediate location. I'm spotted as 6th sense has gone off. I am now targeted as well, so time to sort of do a bit of evasive manoeuvres, as 547 HP is definitely not enough to take a shot from a well, a Sheridan if it goes in anyway. Lots of spaced armor on this tank, but I certainly would rather not run the risk of getting wiped out. There's no 6th sense, there's no spotted targeting, and well, according to that rock, there is no passing either. Probably due to a lack of, well, no driving ability, no driving skill on my part. But hey ho, rocks are truly the winner of this game. They have an incredibly high kill-death ratio, as we can probably all agree on that. We've all sort of charged off a rock or otherwise a cliff and managed to kill ourselves at some point. But here we go, time to cross this sort of open field as well. This is the annoying part of the game, where like I said before, when there's a light tank that's left that just doesn't seem to want to roll over and die, they'd sooner play the evasive game, which, in all credit to them, sometimes it does pan out and they manage to actually pick off the remaining tanks one by one. But there we go, he's finally appeared to my right. Not a huge amount of HP left on him with 771, but at least now I know where he is. He doesn't really seem to be making much effort to escape and evade, and well, that cost him, because there we go, my teammate slapped him and I got the finishing shot in, and there we go. That is the end of the game. We are victorious. I finished that game off reasonably well with 4 kills and 6,700 damage. But there we are. That is the end of the video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.